Let's become Batman. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to home. I didn't press the button for this. There we go. Welcome back to home. Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They were all about murders in town over the last few years. Wait. There were photos. Photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, tried to find some kind of information. A work table, covered in papers, dirt, and a handgun. I hated guns. I tucked the small handgun into my pocket. Its weight was somehow reassuring. Oh, Rachel, please be okay. I wanted to rush home, but I had to find a way out first. And I needed to see what else was down there. Why did I take the gun? It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? The desk looked old and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded paper covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out and illegible notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. He, iv, I, he, if, oh, ruh. So I would assume the first one is Heather. Excuse me, the second one I have no fucking clue. I want to say the fifth would be Aaron? The third one could be Shelly with one L. The last one could be Roach. Or Rhonda. None of it made any sense to me. It looked like a cage. It was small, but there was something coating the bottom. Something wet. That place was getting worse all the time. I knew I had to keep moving. Crudely made shelves. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. The slight fumes that still emanated from the cans made me dizzy. Some kind of homemade rack, slung together with poorly cut wood and rope. It was caked with old blood. Somebody didn't actually use that, did they? The smell in that room was like old grease and rot. I wasn't getting any closer to finding anything useful. Are you sure about that? There looked to be bones half dug into the ground, and the remains looked old. Faded clothes that stuck up amongst the dirt looked familiar. They looked like the clothes that woman was wearing in the photo I found. Was this the man's wife? I wondered, what would I have found if I had dug deeper? Do it! Dig deeper! Is there no way to... Can I go back up and grab the shovel? Can I go up and grab the shovel? Oh wait, no, I can't go back up that far, can I? Can I? Dang it. Dang it. You're no fun, Benjamin. Alright, I guess that's everything here then. Some kind of old boxes. They looked like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had clothes in them. Clothes I remembered throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing here? I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. I took it! Maybe the rope would make the broken ladder easier to descend. I had the rope now. There must have been a use for it around somewhere. Okay. Okie dokie. If I was scared before, I was terrified now. Why were there photos of our house there in these clothes? Was that why I was there? I checked my back pocket and realized my wallet was missing. Did I come to that house or did somebody bring me? Alright. The rope I found would have let me climb down the broken ladder safely. I climbed down. I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from before started to get worse. The ladder was too high to reach. I must have tried to find a way out from where I was. A bunch of old newspapers, wheat pasted together. A message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out. Danger due to cave-in. I could still feel a faint impression of the rope I had slid down as I pressed against the heavy metal door. It was probably for the best that I hadn't jumped. The ache in my leg was bad enough as it was. If I could have, though, I would have run straight out of those awful tunnels. Who would keep such a place? At least I thought I had found that old handgun. It seemed to work, and from the smell of it, it had been used already. Kept the gun in my pocket. It seemed a familiar weight there. I don't like that it seemed a familiar weight. Exposed ventilation shaft. Maybe someone crawled through there? But it was so high up, that must have been a sore landing. My leg ached just thinking about it. It's really not that high up. There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet, and there was grass smeared within it. Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. There were rips and tears in most of the bags. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. I took the tape. I wasn't sure what I had hoped to discover with the tape, but I took it anyway. I did not want to keep digging through this mess. I could hear a faint trickling sound, like water. What was that? Probably water? A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. I slipped the knife in my boot since I had the gun in my pocket. Did I really need all this? Yes. There was a rusty ladder sunk into the water, which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down that way. Maybe I could find a way to drain the putrid water. You like the word putrid, don't you? Don't you, buddy boy? The door was locked. There was a musty smell from inside. I don't like that noise either. I wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off its flow. Did I turn it? Looked like I turned off the water flow in this valve. Through the dust, I could see handprints from previous use, probably from whoever worked in those sewers. I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off its flow. Valve was still active. I turned it again. Looked like I turned off the water flow from this valve. I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off its flow. Valve was still active. Valve was still active. I turned off the water flow in this valve. Oh, I could turn the water valve to... Looked like I turned off the water flow. The door was still locked. Why was the door locked? I don't want the door to be locked, though. Man, fine. Let's go down the ladder. Looked like the water drained out of the grate in the wall. There was a small metal key left floating in the shallow pool of rancid water. I took it, pocketed the small key, but it was so odd-shaped I had no idea what it might open. What if it opens this door? The door was locked. Oh. Damn. The safety poster had definitely seen better days. How old was this facility? The faded paper was yellow and dusty, but it had obviously been wiped off recently. The door was locked. I could see a faint light within. The door was locked. I could see a faint light within. But I have a key. Where the fuck does it go? Found another dead body. A sewer worker. By the wounds all over his face and body, I figured he'd been stabbed repeatedly. There was a keyring sticking out of the man's pocket. I took it. I thought about the knife I had found with some disgust as I carefully picked the keys from his pocket. I was almost worried that he was going to grab me. It's not that kind of horror game. I was feeling even more sick from seeing another dead man. I didn't want to get any more blood on my clothes. If it was a dead woman, on the other hand, I wouldn't be so sick. There was a security camera in the room. There must have been a way to see what had happened. Maybe the VHS tape I found could be useful. Let's go this way. Go back down. Go this way. Go through here. Go up. Go this way. And then go this way. And then right here. I tried a bunch of the keys on the keyring I had found on the sewer worker, and one of them seemed to fit. A collection of stale liquor bottles covered the floor. The wall was littered with dozens of old, faded papers. Whoever did this was obsessed with some local murders. According to some of the clippings, bodies have been found in ravines, in the forest, and in one case, dumped in the back of an abandoned truck. I couldn't be sure, but I thought some of these same articles had also been pasted up back in those tunnels. A faded receipt was half trampled on the floor. It was from the local train station and was for 2 tickets. To Paradise? I didn't know what use it could be, but I kept the receipt. I neatly folded the soiled receipt and slipped it into my front pocket. Did that sewer worker find this room? Is that why he was killed? Did that sewer worker find this room? Is that why he was killed? That room didn't seem like much of a place for drinking. What was the point? Okay. I think that's it up here. I'm so excited, I'm finding new stuff! Fuck off with that shit! Damn you! I used the keyring to unlock the door. The entire keyring. Ooh. The shelf full of security tapes was strictly organized, though covered in dust. Looked like the tape I found was the one that was missing from the shelf. There was a dusty VCR on the security desk. I wondered what was on that VHS tape I found. Oh no. The video showed a man right there in the sewers being attacked. The tape looked fuzzy and stretched, like somebody had tampered with it. It looked like there could have been two men. I couldn't stand to watch that video again. I wondered what was on the tape and why it was thrown out. Ooh. Is there anything else in here? The thought of the camera looking into this room only made me feel more claustrophobic. This must have been the other end of that ventilation shaft. Whoever used it could have gotten past that flooded room with this. Clever, but why go through all the trouble? Would I need that gun or that knife before the end? Both weighed me down and aggravated my leg as I climbed that old ladder. The thought of that videotape still gave me chills. Who was it that didn't want to be seen? Was it the same person that hid all those clippings away in that locked room? Suddenly, the awful smell of that sewer gave way to a pine-scented blast of fresh air. Alright, and this is where I'll end this episode. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. Have a happy whatever. And always remember that your future is unwritten, so make it a good one. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.